from Washington, this is VOA News. President Obama to address the nation on Syria in moments from now. Pakistan to release a former Taliban leader. I'm Ray Kouguell reporting from Washington. President Obama is getting ready to address the nation on Syria, but Tuesday's flurry of diplomacy is likely to change the tone of his speech. The president's expected to make the case for a U.S. military strike on Syria for using chemical weapons on civilians near Damascus last month. But he's asking Congress to delay voting on military action after the Syrian government said it would give up its chemical weapons and sign an international treaty banning such bombs. Syria also said it would agree to a Russian plan to put its chemical weapons under international control and let them be destroyed. Secretary of State John Kerry says the Obama administration will take a hard look at the Russian plan. Secretary Kerry intends to meet with Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov Thursday in Geneva to discuss the proposals. Pakistan released a former top Taliban leader in an effort to resolve the conflict in neighboring Afghanistan. VOA Sharon Bain reports the move comes as Pakistani national leaders agree the government should sit down with militants to restore the country's security.
Pakistan Foreign Ministry spokesman Aizaz Ahmad Chowdhury on Tuesday announced that Islamabad has decided to release former Afghan Taliban deputy leader Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar. The release of Baradar, which spokesman Chowdhury told VOA would take place at an appropriate time, is seen as a move to revive stalled talks between the militant group and Afghan representatives that were to take place in Qatar. More than 30 Taliban members have been released in Pakistan since last year, in the hope that they will help persuade Afghan militants to end violence and become part of a political reconciliation process in Afghanistan. Sharon Bain, VOA News, Islamabad.
An Indian court found 4 men guilty in the fatal gang rape of a young woman on a bus in New Delhi late last year. Sentences are expected today. The men face the possibility of hanging. The 23-year-old victim was raped and assaulted with an iron bar last December. Their male companion was also beaten before both were thrown off a bus. The woman died of her injuries 2 weeks after the attack in a Singapore hospital where she'd been taken for treatment. New unrest is reported in the Central African Republic following clashes between local armed groups and the Seleka rebel coalition that seized power earlier this year. A local witness told VOA the community-based militias have gained control of several villages near the western town of Bosangoa. Seleka forces clashed with the militias near Bosangoa last weekend, and a government spokesman says 60 people were killed. Kenya's Deputy President William Ruto pleaded not guilty to charges of crimes against humanity at the opening of his trial at the International Criminal Court in The Hague. Henry Ridgewell has details.
At the opening of the trial Tuesday, the International Criminal Court's presiding judge read out the charges against the defendant.
William Samuel Ruto, you have been charged in count 1 with murder, constituting a crime against humanity under Article 71A and Article 25(3)(a) of the Rome Statute. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
The allegations relate to the violence that erupted after Kenya's 2007 elections, in which more than 1,000 people were killed. Kenyan broadcaster Joshua Arap Sang also pleaded not guilty to charges of murder and persecution. Henry Ridgewell for VOA News, London.
U.S. technology giant Apple unveiled 2 new iPhones, its latest effort to win a bigger share of the highly competitive worldwide market for smartphones. One of the models, the iPhone 5C, would be offered in a choice of 5 colors. It would sell for as little as $99. Apple's hoping the phone will boost sales in China and other countries where customers do not have as much disposable income as in the U.S. and Europe. The other new model, the upscale iPhone 5S, comes with increased computing power, about 40 times faster than when the first iPhone was introduced in 2007. Across the United States, Americans are preparing to commemorate the September 11, 2001 deaths of almost 3,000 people killed when terrorists crashed hijacked airliners into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a Pennsylvania field. Low-key ceremonies in New York City and at the Pentagon are scheduled, beginning with moments of silence. I'm Ray Kouguell, VOA News. Details on these and other stories at voanews.com.